Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Workers and Resources, and by the end of this video, I hope to have our meat fully distributed, at least to every civilization that we can do it to, as well as food, clothing, and electronics. I have all that stuff being actually delivered to the different cities that it's needed at. So there's a couple of things that I need to finish up in order to make that happen. I need distribution set up for Chernobyl, so let's do that first. We're going to take and get a medium distribution office, and I'm going to place this. I probably could handle a small one, but I think I'm going to do a medium one anyway, just because it's like room for expansion kind of thing. So I'm going to place it here. We're going to build it with rubles just to have it done. And I'm going to have a road that takes it straight this direction and then connects to there. And then another one that goes like this. So it just provides some room for different vehicles and stuff to move through here. Then what we're going to do is I need to have power for all these buildings. So we're going to grab just a quick little substation right here. That should do it. Let's get a quick road in for that. No big deal. Okay. And then what we want is some power to bring over here. I think probably the 1.2 is enough, but I'll go 1.5 just because. So I've added another switch here and hooked all this up to that. So this is going to be a little bit messy, but I'm going to take this all the way over like this. Next to the road. Come all the way like this. And I think, you know, why don't we start from this way? Go over by the rail tracks and then come down. This is good for me. I like this. This direction, and then we just have this meet up with that. All right, so this is all gonna have power now. Should be, yep, good to go. So what we want are a couple of refrigeration trucks. We'll just go refrigeration, and I'll find the one with 3. We'll get a couple of those, and then I want covered hull, and let's do 1.9 is not really enough. How about we do the one that has 5? Isn't there one that has like 5 tons of food? Yeah, this one here. We'll go, like, I don't know, maybe 5 of these just to see. We're going to have a couple of things happen with this. Instead of having a fuel station right here for them to refuel, I'm just going to have our distribution office deliver fuel directly here. So, because this has its own internal storage for fuel anyway. So we should see our fuel trucks start to leave like that and then come over here and just deliver fuel to the distribution center directly. That way, while trucks are sitting here, they're already fueled up and ready to go. Next, let's get the meat storages done. And then what I'd like to do is to have you stop here. You're going to load up on alcohol, clothing, food, meat, and electronics. Those are pretty much everything you're going to do. And then your destination building is going to be here and here. We're going to want to keep your destinations as full as possible. So we're going to have the warehouse is going to be 90, and the store is going to be 90 as well. Just going to try to keep it as full as we possibly can. And that's going to do it for now, I think. I don't think I need to do much more. If it looks like we're starting to get a bit constrained on that, then we'll adjust. If it looks like I need more meat storage, we'll adjust. But I think with 2 meat trucks and meat storage being right here, we should be able to pretty much keep that stocked. It's not that far. So I'm kind of hoping that that's the case. We should see the fuel is being added. Here we go. So all these in the distribution center are just going to have fuel anyway. All right. So this rail is completed. Let's talk about our meat train really quick. And then I also want to take a look. You'll notice I have this chem train up. And I also want to take a look at the chem train. So the chem train right now, it's got 220 tons of chemicals. The thing is, we're pretty full on chemicals. We don't need to have this many chemicals on the chem train anymore. It's doing a pretty good job. So what I'd like to do is repurpose this train. And I think what we're going to have to do is probably delete about 4 cars from this, possibly 5. And we're going to, again, repurpose the train to do 2 things. Instead of just being a chemical train that brings chemicals here and leaves, we're going to have it kind of be not really 50-50, but we're going to have it also store and transport plastics. And what we'll do and we're going to do this later in the video probably because this thing's got some time. But we're going to, same route here for dropping off chemicals. We're just not using them fast enough. We're going to have it load up on plastics, and it's going to start delivering plastics to our electronics and electrical component centers. Because the electrical components, this is 1.5 tons of plastic, and we're buying that, right? We're still buying plastics from here. The same thing with electronics. We're still buying plastics from here. And, you know, 2.3, 2.3, 2.3. So we're looking at 6.9 tons here, plus an extra 1.5, 3.5 here. So like we really only need about 12 tons of plastics brought here intermittently, like every day. We're going to load up 50 tons of plastics and just drop it off here. And then the rest of that's going to be chemicals, because we're also buying chemicals in this area too. We need 1.2 tons of chemicals here, 1.2 tons here. And then we're not really doing much with chemicals here. So the goal is drop off the chemicals that you need at this warehouse, right? And the plastics that you need at this warehouse, because this stores plastics and chemicals, right? Drop it off here, get these forklifts busy distributing the plastics around where they're needed, and then head off and drop the rest of your chemicals off at the nuclear plant. That's what that train is ultimately going to end up doing. All right, I made the train a little bit shorter, of course, and we've got the route all set in now. So we're going to now load 100% of chemicals and plastics at that stop over there. So now we just need to configure how much of each one we want. And what I'm hoping for is to have about 50 tons or so of plastics capacity. So the last couple of cars, what we're going to do is we're going to tell it to only load plastics in these two cars. And that's all we're going to do. So 7 and 8 are only plastics. Then what we're going to do is we're going to forbid plastics to be loaded into the rest of the cars. And that's going to basically just kind of, you know, it'll only do chemicals now, right? You could also do this by just, you know, saying carry only this resource, but it's all the same, so it doesn't really matter. But what this is going to do, hopefully, is it's going to allow me to have... Actually, I think I want one more. Yeah, total capacity right now is 34 tons. So I do want a little bit more. So we're going to go one more of just plastics, and now it's 51 tons. Okay. So this is the same train. We didn't have to buy another train and even buy new cars. In fact, we gained some cars because we added additional box cars to the depot. But now this is going to come in and do its thing. Eventually, it's going to use a different waypoint. It'll use a waypoint that's on this side of the track. So that'll force this train to stop on this side so the passenger train can be here. Because right now, the passenger train is going to use this side and the chemical train is going to use this side. I just told it to go direct to station instead of clicking the waypoint. So it didn't go to the waypoint. All right. So this now has the plastics we need. And it's first going to go this way now. It's not going to head that direction anymore. So it's going to come this way. It's going to wrap itself all the way around to the warehouse and drop off all of its plastics and all of its chemicals. It will not wait until unloaded. Then it will proceed back to the nuclear area where it will drop off the rest of its chemicals, and it will repeat the process and do it all over again. So that's this train. And what I'm hoping to see here by doing this is I'm hoping to see a lot of plastics being stored here is what I'm hoping to see. But I think kind of need to expand this just a little bit more on each of these. I think the electrical components are a bit heavy. And so now we end up with this. See, now the train is clearly out of the rail and it's unloading plastics right into here. So all done. And it doesn't have any more plastics in here, it looks like. And now it's got to wait. Uh-oh. Right, well, I mean, I have not had a train coming out of this yet, so this might change how the rail system works here. Because this wants to go that direction, and... Hang on. Let's see what we got happening here. All right, so it's this purple area. The purple zone. I think I will go ahead and have this be here. That should free this up. So as long as it's just one of these, it shouldn't stop this. But I think the better thing to do is to also simultaneously expand... Well, yeah, expand this. Simultaneously, we could have you go like this. And then that gets this section to expand. And these trains can go just a little bit further before they have to stop. They'll still stop in time, but it'll allow this longer train to get going. So we'll see how that goes. I may need to amend my train network because the trains are waiting too long, right? But there you go. So we're now at a stage where we no longer have to buy plastics over here. We shouldn't have to buy them anymore. So let's make sure we're not. And we also don't have to buy chemicals anymore either. So this is all just provided resources. We don't have to buy those. And then over here, plastics, more than sufficient here. So we no longer have to buy plastics here either. And this frees up a lot more money resources too. It's going to be great. Okay, so the next thing is let's talk about transporting, I think electronics. We need to get electronics moving. We need to get meat moving. Let's get meat moving first. I feel like meat's going to be a much more difficult thing to move. Oh, what's going on here? You are not supposed to be here. Oh, it's... Oh, okay. So because the meat train is waiting, yeah, this has to stop. Okay, new plan. Which actually isn't that good of a plan. On most of the time, these trains are going to stop, drop off their load, and go off to another station. They're not going to sit here forever, right? That's kind of the intention. So let me just take a look at the meat train really quick, and I kind of want to, honestly, I kind of want to reconfigure it. So let me just tell this to go. It'll get out of the way. This train has clothing. It's going to drop clothing off here, which it probably can't, but it's going to try. And this guy will go, and then how come you're not going? There it goes. Okay. So all this stuff should start flowing again. Yeah, the clothing train. I need to do all this. This is all part of the game, though, is getting resources where they need to go, right? This is what the game is all about. So for the meat train, let me just take a quick look at its stops. And I think I want to redo all of the waypoints for this train. So the first thing I'm going to do is I think I'm going to have the meat train come in from the other side. I want it to come in from this side so that it rests here in this direction. It allows the food train to pass through. The other thing would be to have the food train do this, in which case then the meat train can pull in through here. So without knowing each of their routes, I think it's more simple at this time to have the meat train... Well, we have to go to Iskatambala, actually. We still have to drop off the stuff at Iskatambala. Okay. All right, your first stop, meat train, should you choose to accept it, is to unload your meat here, okay, at Iskatambala. Then from there, you're going to head back. And I'm going to make sure you don't get into trouble. I want you to go through here, I think, so that you're not interfering with the rest of the stuff. So I think I'm going to have you tag up on this waypoint that we've been having everybody else tag up on. And then you're going to proceed this way. And then you need to shift. You don't have to, actually. You can stay right on that track. Yep. And then you'll go there on that waypoint, which takes you around and you get to here. Then you're going to load up on a full load of meat, okay, from there. So you're dropping it off at Iskatambala, then you come over here, okay? We will go ahead and cancel this. Go ahead and cancel this. Go ahead and cancel this. What's this waypoint? It is the one we're looking for, okay. So you're going here now. That's your stop right now, because you have... No. Wait. I deleted it, didn't I? Oh, son of a gun. I think I did. Why did I do that? All right, stop. Go here first. Unload at Iskatambala. Delete this waypoint. All right, Iskatambala is first. It's that requirement that I have to have two routes. That's like, you have to have two. It always confuses me because you can't like drag and drop these and rearrange them. It sucks. All right, so you're going to drop it off here. After that, you will then come all the way over here, tag up on this waypoint there. Then you're going to come around and tag up there. And you're going to come all the way over and meet to here. And you're going to load up on meat. Okay? So we can get rid of the Duceni Fields one at the top. And now this is a good route. Okay. From Duceni Fields, you're facing this direction already. We're going to have you come around. And I think I want you to... I do want you to head this direction, though. So I need to make sure that you go this way. So we'll tag the one in front of you. And then you come all the way over. And you are going to drop things off through that waypoint there. And you're going to unload all the meat, okay? You're probably not going to be able to unload all meat. Then you're going to head back the other way, wrap around the track this direction, okay? So tag up there. And you're going to wind yourself all the way over to Croft Kalash, where you'll drop it off over here. Now, this is curious. Do I go to Chernobyl first? I have a full train load, assuming that I didn't use up all the things in Fedoristan. I should have a full train load right now. So I could go to Fedoristan. I could go to Chernobyl first. But I think we'll go here first. These guys aren't going to use as much. I think we'll go here first. And we'll unload all the meat there. Then we'll proceed to go, I think, through this way. And we'll go all the way over to Chernobyl. And we'll drop it off here. All right. So unload all the meat at Chernobyl. Then you're going to head back. And I think you'll do it all over again, right? You're going to head back to Iskatambula. Probably. I feel like there should be another load between this. Like Iskatambula, we load, then we unload Fedoristan, then Croft Kalash, then we reload, go to Chernobyl. I feel like that should be the thing. Because Croft Kalash is actually easy to reach from this side since the train can wrap that way. Well, no, it can't. No, well, I can make it do it. Not easily, though. It's going to have to come around this way and then that way. Which isn't the hardest thing in the world to do. I think there should be another reload here. From Chernobyl, you're unloading, and then you're going to head, yeah, that way. You'll just have you head directly to Iskatambul at that point. You can go whatever way you want to go there. You'll probably choose the best route. But I'm thinking if we load here, we do 2 stations. I'm thinking from Croft Kalash. This waypoint is where? There. Okay, so it needs to be before that waypoint. So I think after Croft Kalash, instead of this waypoint, instead of this one, we tell it to go this way instead. Maybe we just tell it to return. I'd really like this to be a one-way thing, though, where it never comes in. I'm trying to get the meat train to never use this track so that I can have the food train do it instead. But I think if there's this many unloads, I may not be able to do that. Let's see how it works. After a couple of runs, I think we should just see how it works after a couple of runs. So we'll say that this is the route. So I want you to go to Iskatambula right now. That's where you're headed. All right? And so you're going to go through this station and you're going to head that way. And you have a bunch of meat on you, right? This is why we're going there. The thing is, right? Meat's not used that fast, okay? So this only has one. That's 75 tons. So it's going to fill this up right now. And then once it fills this up, it's going to then head right back. Load up again. It'll have 220 something? 200 tons basically of meat. 200 tons of meat, and then that comes next to Fedoristan, which currently has basically a full supply already. So that's good because it just left. So then we come over here. There's 2 separate sources for this. So this will unload a lot, right? And then also Chernobyl has 2. But the thing is, the train's going to be loading, I think, way faster than all these sources are unloading. So eventually this one meat train should be able to bring meat everywhere. That's the idea. Except for Charlabinsk, because it's taking care of itself. It needs to go to Sosnikova as well. Needs to go to Sosnikova as well. Where is that meat train at? Right there. Let's see if we can add Sosnikova to this route. So we would have all of this happen. Is Katambala, we could have it go straight through. What if it does this? What if we say, instead of here, get rid of this waypoint. You're gonna go through there anyway. But what if we say that after Iskatambala, because it's a light load, there's only one meat station there, you're going through this, and then you continue on your journey all the way over, and we just have you go whichever way you want, I guess. And you stop here, and you will unload all your meat here too. Then you're gonna go back, right, and load up at that meat station. So then you're gonna go and travel, and then we'll have you tag up, I guess it would be, well, at the bridge there, I suppose. All right, we'll see how this works for meat flow. I think there's enough production to at least fill up all the stations. Once we fill up all the storages, then it becomes just a matter of maintaining the current storage. I still think this train can fill them all up faster than they're being depleted. Also, we have refrigeration trucks here that are now going to spring into life because there's meat in here. They're now going to spring into action and go and bring meat to this store, which is currently out of all the goods. We're going to temporarily buy all goods here just to get people moving. And then we just need people to work here, which I don't think we have a whole lot of people here to work. I should tear this whole thing down, shouldn't I? I feel like I really should just tear the whole thing. I don't think there's anybody living there anyway. Nobody lives here. Nobody lives here. This is like a ghost town, dude. They just got so ticked off with having nothing available that they left. They went to the big city. You know, they got to go to the big city. I'll leave these houses for now. I'm just going to add some additional prefabs, I guess. Trying to see if there's any other walking paths on my way. Doesn't look like it. Okay. So prefabs. Where are you? Right here. Like dollar for dollar, this is 158,000, but I think I really only need just one of these, and then I can let the rest of them build with resources. So why don't I just have the one? I should probably get rid of all these too, because all these little walking paths make it really difficult to connect a road. So I think I just tear these down and put prefabs in their place, because they'll use like proper roads. We can actually have this be streets too. We'll go like this. Oh, hang on. There we go. And then we'll have the prefabs. These ones, right? They can all fit in here. They're way more space efficient to do this. Well, at least I thought they were. And now I realize the error of my ways. I think these little brick ones, if it fits, it's got to fit in this little gap. That's all it's got to do. Yeah, pull that back. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. And what about this little brick house? Can you go in here? Really? Come on now. It won't fit in here. Darn it. Well, whatever. We can put like a park or something in here that will fit. Get rid of these, and let's take the street all the way to here. All right, good. So now it's just a matter of inviting people to live in these flats here, these prefab houses. We'll have another big one on this side now that we can connect roads. We'll go about like this. Almost. I do want to leave room for a walking path between these, so that should be enough room. Yeah, right about there. And then here, and then here. All right. And I think we just allow these to build with rubles. to get people in here. Okay. So we're going to start getting Iskatambula sorted out too. Now you're telling me you can't move because of this. Yeah. Okay. So it's okay. We haven't had a train to stop here yet. So this is what we have to figure out. So let's have you go back to the station so that I can see how long you are. Come in here. There you go. And so right about here should be fine. So we'll have the train merge here. That will fix it. Okay, good. Then we have the train car glitch. Oh god, that train car glitch. Where it gives you like these phantom cars for a little bit. It's really weird. It happens over in Chernobyl all the time. All right, so now we get to see sort of what this is. Is this route effective? We'll let that run for a little bit, and then we'll check back, probably in the next couple of videos. We'll check back and see how our meat storage is doing, and whether or not any changes need to be made in that way. I've also changed my mind on this. I'm gonna take this out of here. Because I just realized what I was gonna do before, and I forgot all about it. I was gonna make a road go through here, because this is inconvenient to have the cars go around, cross train tracks twice to get where they need to go. So I was gonna put a road through here, and I just kind of forgot about it. And then we're gonna take and remove you. Then we bring you down like, so I don't need the street here though. Regular road is fine to here. Let's upgrade you, and let's have you put in, and then we'll replace power lines. Okay. So this road will get built with resources for now. As long as they can access the supply and get to the grocery store, I'm okay with it. So the next thing, we got that sorted out, right? So chemicals, plastics, that's all done. Let's talk about electronics really quick, because you can see we're distributing them pretty well, right? We have, this is full now, 220 something, and this is full now, 220 something. So we got to start moving electronics. So what I want to do is I want to come over here with this train, and I have extra box cars now. So let's bring these box cars up. And right now, this car right now has 53 tons of chemicals in it. We're just going to go ahead and discard this just so I can start working this train. So I'm going to eliminate all of this and start fresh. And this is the 201E. I'm going to rename this to Toys for Tots. Nope, that's a 4. 4 Tots. This is our Toys for Tots train. And this has the capacity to haul 72 tons of electronics. Okay, we want a little bit more capacity than that, I think. So let's add a couple more box cars to this train. Right here. There we go. And I think 120 is better. So what we're going to do with you, as you might have guessed, is we're going to have you stop at the start of your route is going to be here, which is where you load 100% possible electronics. You are then going to have a route that takes you to every single town and drops off the electronics at the warehouses, right? So we need to figure out where this thing's coming in, how it's going to cross, all that stuff. So first thing I'm going to do is I need to connect the rail so that it can do this. It's coming in on this side, but let's say it's not. Well, it actually doesn't have the most coherent way of coming in here, because this isn't like a full-on intersection. But I think it's probably a good idea to have a crossing. Let's put it right here, just so it's possible for it to go any way it wants. And then we're going to have a couple of signals. We'll have a mixed signal here and a mixed signal here. If I can get it. It's not... Come on. Let me line it up. All right, fine. We'll do it here. Whatever. Like that. Okay. So mixed signals here. Once the electronics train is in here, that's it. And this is the only train that comes in here, so there's only one train to worry about. But it's which track it chooses to use is entirely dependent on which direction it wants to go, right? So what we want to do now is get the train. It's from here. It's going to wait until loaded. I don't know if that's necessary. Maybe we don't do that. Let's not wait until loaded. One thing I probably should do is reserve some electronics. Because, like, what if the train takes all of them? Then we don't get them in here? Well, I don't think the train will take all of them. We have 3 factories producing 4.5 tons per day, per work day. I think we're producing them fast enough. I'm going to let this go. We'll see. If I need to adjust, I'll adjust. But for now, we're going to load up. And let's have you go to... You can't easily get from Iskatambala to where you need to go. I think I need to have this train track merge that way and connect this. Because right now, you can only get there from one direction. So why don't we have you go to Chernobyl first? Yeah, let's go to Chernobyl first. Say here. I want you to unload electronics. Then you're going to come back. We'll have you get on this, go this direction, which we can't currently do based on how... Oh, based on how the track's laid out. It's because we're not done laying it out yet. And I kind of don't want multiple tracks or multiple trains on this line until we're done. All right, you know what? It needs to happen because otherwise it's going to be really confusing. And I don't care if the construction yard is working on it or not. It needs to happen. This needs to be done. We're going to build this track so that I can have multiple trains using it. Let's just spend the dollars. There we go. Okay. So with that done, I can then have the track go like so. And really, it doesn't need to be this way. No, it doesn't. So what we're going to do here is we'll just go like that, like that. That signifies one way only. All the way over like this. Wait, hang on. Why is that separated? Whoa. Okay, hang on. There we go. It's just not acting correctly. It's hiding the whole zone from me. There it goes. So we'll have a squiggly here. Just reinforce this. And I think just to keep it to where trains can go closer together, maybe we put in a couple of intermittent signals in here, you know? Like that. And like that. And like that. Just to kind of keep it to where trains can get closer together. Okay. Then we'll do one more here. And then it comes through here. And then this side, need you to... I think I need this to go away. We're going to have this wrap around and meet up here. Aw, why not? It was so clean. Hang on. Maybe if I... Here we go. Maybe if I do this, it'll work. No? Still no? Well, you're lame. It won't look good. Well, hang on. Now, that looked okay. Where is it? What? There. Weird. Go. All right, good. And then I guess I might as well... We don't have to go that way yet, so I guess I don't need that. But this I wanted to have happen. We're going to have... The clear is that side. We'll have the clear on this side. This will be the chain. This gets cleared. And then this is a clear on this side. Yep. And then this is the chain. All right. So we have the intersection marked. Good. So after Chernobyl, I want you to head this direction. That's going to get you going straight to Krofkalash. And so we'll have you tag up on this waypoint. And then you're going to come in here and you're going to unload your electronics here too. Okay? Then you're going to head this direction. Right? So you're still going around. And electronics are being made. See, I don't have a way of delivering electronics over here very easily. Unless I bring you right into this station, which is what I was going to do initially, but harder to do that now. So we'll have you move all the way to Sosnikova. No, because you can't easily go this way. We need to make a way to easily go this way. And that honestly, I think I just need to redo this whole thing. This intersection is like, it works. I have a few slowdowns here and there, but you know, like it's overall it works, but I think it could be cleaner. And I think it's about time we rethink this and clean this up so that the trains can go any direction they want from here. So for the time being, I'm going to start you off by just bringing you in here, and we're going to buy it in Sosnikova for a little while. So we'll drop it off here, let's say. We just drop off the electronics here. And then you're going to head back the other way. You wrap yourself all the way out, and you go back to whatever you need to do to get back to this, actually. Yeah. So we delete that stop. From Charlabinsk, you then go back to Gorod-Stali train platform, load electronics. We're going to change this to Toys Station. I don't know, that's good. All right. So I think for now, our electronics train is going to kind of start serving the purpose, at least, to minimizing our cost. It's not a best thing by any means, but I think we'll go ahead and send it on its way. And then we'll have to tweak that a little bit more. Okay, we'll monitor that, and then I think we'll probably call this a video. You guys can kind of see what I'm doing. I think it kind of starts to make sense a little bit. I'm unsure why you are stopped though. I am very unsure why you are stopped. Sometimes trains do this. They just stop for no reason, and this is you know. This is something you have to deal with in this game. Like, there is no reason whatsoever for that signal to be red. You know, it doesn't make sense. There's nothing there. There's nothing here. There's nothing through here. There's not even a train in this area. It's just flat out, all of a sudden, it's red for no reason. And that just happens way too often. So I wish they would do something about that too. We'll chain this up here, and now it should be chained to that signal at least, so I shouldn't have to worry about it anymore. At least I hope not. And then we'll have this clear be here instead of here. All right. So I think I'm going to let this go. We were pretty productive today in how this works. I think tomorrow or the next video or whatever, we're going to redo this intersection. Because this intersection, it's a bit messy. We have lots of capital. You can see over 10 million rubles now. I think if we redo this, it's not going to look like your standard T junction, but because it's all angled. But we still have 4 points. We have 2 tracks coming from here, 3 tracks coming from here, 3 tracks coming in from here, and 2 tracks coming in from here. The 3-track thing makes it a little bit more interesting, but I think I'm going to get around that being interesting by having this kind of curve directly into this this station here. In addition to going in here, it'll curve this way, and that way any train that doesn't have to get in here can bypass this entirely without having to worry about whether there's a train there, right? This little piece right here can go. We could probably redo the whole roads. These power poles need to be shifted around. I won't need to move this, I don't think, but we'll see. We're gonna probably redo that whole thing, and then now we're delivering at least a portion. We're not getting everything, of course, but we're going to deliver a portion. And I can now tweak the warehouses so that we don't deliver too many. All right, that's going to do it. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe if you haven't already. I hope that I've at least get you interested to see the next one. Okay, bye.